Going live. You're live. Hello everyone. I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag ReSynced on the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally X, so featuring ROG Ally X at the end. Thanks to Ubisoft for providing a code of the game. So this game is coming out tomorrow, actually. But yeah, I managed to get a little bit earlier access than I expected. And also, I woke up early to be able to go back to work after this is done. But this will become a video later for Steam Deck and the Ally X, so you guys can see even handheld footage for battery life and all that good stuff. So how's it going, guys? Here I am with my coffee. By the way, huge fan of the first game. The only thing that I hate about the first game is that it doesn't have cloud saves. So, oops! I lost my save multiple times in the original, which was a pain in the ass. But hey Thumb, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What up, Team Perspectiva? Nice seeing you guys. Jack F123X. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, surprisingly enough, this freaking game is verified. I don't know if you guys knew that. I was surprised. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because it's the AC Shadows engine. But it's actually verified, believe it or not. I don't have the Steam version, I have the Ubisoft Connect version, but when you launch the game on Steam, it opens Ubisoft Connect, so it's kind of the same thing. So yeah, surprisingly enough, it's verified. The game runs better than Shadows. I mean, it makes sense, right? If it's the original game as a base and they put better graphics on top of it with the old logic, it's probably going to be less CPU intensive, but yeah, I have Ubisoft Connect installed here, as usual. Using Steam Deck HQ, tested, you know it runs well. Good to know, man. Happy to see that he got an early access to it, earlier access. Interesting. I've been out of context for all this just because of the fact that work has been very freaking difficult. You truly know that you became good at your job when you fix other people's shit. Jesus Christ, takes forever. Technical debt sucks. You're thinking of getting it on Ubisoft Connect since you can get it 20% off. I mean, they have to have a reason for you to get it there instead of Steam, right? So yeah, here we go. AC Black Flag ReSynced. It's hard not to say 4 after saying Assassin's Creed, but things that I did before launching the game, I made sure that there's no overlay. Sometimes it bugs out, so the overlay is disabled. It's kind of annoying. So let's get in. What's your job outside of YouTube? I make VR stuff, VR simulations on Unity. VR has a lot of difficult components, usually. And by difficult, I mean, you have to think about everything because it's harder to hide things that don't work properly. Wonder if this one will be less demanding. Probably CPU demanding, probably way less CPU demanding. That's my thought because, well, it probably has the logic of the old game. At least when it comes to CPU, it's probably going to be running better. Thanks, Jack. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. But I'm enjoying it. The thing is, they give you a broken project and give you very little time to make it work. They tell you it just needs some polishing and it's absolutely broken. So yeah.
Press V to enable narration.
Okay, there we go. We're in. Let's go to the next one. This is all fine. Sensitive content, hell yeah. Free jump. Disable free jump doing parkour. I don't know what that means. Advanced parkour. Enable side ejects, back ejects. Oh, like in the previous games. Awesome. Non-target jumps into the void. For this, for this video, I'm going to keep it off, but in real life, I'm going to play with this on. Hopefully it's good. Larger text for the Steam Deck is good. Yeah, this is fine. This, to me, doesn't matter. Motion. Oh, okay, this is for FOV. Some extra FOV. That's cool. I'm going to keep it like this. And let's see what happens. Why would I do a BS video on Steam Deck? I'm playing it live for you guys. I cannot really hide garbage. Garbage is hard to hide. You just scratch the wall a little bit and you can notice. Within a world where Ubisoft makes the best PC ports, I mean, nowadays, yeah, Ubisoft was responsible for the Resident Evil 4 PC port back in like 2004, and it didn't even have mouse controls. Can I skip this? I think, yeah. Well, one thing that I don't like about the original is like I cannot skip a lot of the cutscenes. Okay. Black Flag ReSynced. Let's go. I'm fine. What about you? DOZ Hope. Let's see the options. Okay, video. 800p by default. I'm just turning off VSync. FPS limit. Okay, frame rate target with dynamic resolution. Okay, so we got dynamic res already on, targeting 30 FPS. I can modify this. In shadows, I couldn't actually do this, so that's good to see. I don't know what they mean by automatic upscaler type. And you can, okay, move the dynamic resolution. It goes from 20% to 100%, but I think this scale is not per axis. It's probably the total amount of pixels being 20%. So this is probably like quality, no. This is like performance to balanced upscaling, that's my guess. But it goes between that and native, which is a lot. But we'll see once we play the game. Again, default settings at the start. There's also frame gen, good. Motion blur, I cannot turn it off. Says pose effects to low or higher in order to unlock this option. Oh, okay, it's off with these settings. Chromatic aberration is not on the preset we're using. That's good. Ray tracing mode standard. So it already has ray tracing. LMAO. Why? I don't know. But ray tracing is on by default. Preset handheld low, handheld medium, handheld high. Okay. Ultra low, very low. It has a lot of freaking presets. What the hell? This is awesome. Okay. I like what I'm seeing so far. Character quality, ultra low, very low, low. Okay, this is awesome so far. Hair strands, Post effects, very low. Everything on the lowest, basically. Ultra freaking low. That's okay. I don't mind. But this is nice. No wonder it runs on a handheld. No wonder it's verified. You have to increase the settings to disable motion blur. So, I mean, motion blur should be off if this is at the lowest. That's what I'm understanding here. But I'm going to put it on high just to disable it. You need to restart the game. F no. So now that it's increased. Okay, yeah, I need to restart for this. Don't worry. Motion blur is probably off at the lowest here. So let's keep it like it was at the absolute lowest and not do anything else. Yeah, all this is like it is. Am I missing something? No, post effects is on very low. Anyway, let's see the benchmark tool. I hopefully runs well. I mean, AC shadows apparently is more CPU taxing than this one. So we'll see. It's loading. Here goes nothing. Whoa, it's vibrating. The frame times are not great so far, but hey. 800p, dynamic res, handheld low. Yeah, I mean the frame times, at least in the benchmark tool, are pretty bad. Maybe the dynamic res is too aggressive. I shouldn't be doing this here, but yeah. Yeah, that drop there was because I opened the overlay. Don't worry. Spikes everywhere, yeah. Yeah, I think to actually improve on this, I would need to lower... Sorry guys, I got disconnected for a second. I was saying, probably need to do a more aggressive, more aggressive maximum dynamic resolution. Instead of being 100%, then going down to 20% resolution, maybe lock it to 60% resolution as a maximum. But we're going to try that. I need to get to this area. This is after the prologue. But ray tracing is on, so it's kind of... I mean, why keep that on by default? It kind of feels weird. Play with the FOV. I mean, the FOV is at default. I can lower it, but we'll see once we start playing the game. Yeah, this is with ray tracing. By default, it has ray tracing. Sound, you don't hear it? The thing is that there's not a lot of audio here. Although there are spikes in that graph, but not in a Steam overlay graph. That's weird. I mean, yeah, the sound is very low in the benchmark. They're not always overly demanding on the benchmark tools. If you play the Cyberpunk benchmark, it's absolute garbage. It doesn't show you really what's going on. The average is 31, but there's a lot of spikes. Anyway, let's get into the game. What's the weather like in Uruguay? It's sunny and it's super cold. You can hear the game now? Hold up. Not looking ray traced. It's a very low ray tracing option. You should be hearing something by now. Great. Yeah, the thing is, the benchmark tool is only like audio audio from the background. Hold up. Do I need to enable something for streaming? Skip quit time events? Sure. Unlimited oxygen. Why would I use that? Yeah, I think we got it. Good to know that we have all this. They have really good accessibility options in these games. But as I was saying, very quickly, let's play the actual game with this. Personally, the tweaks that I would do, I would probably lock the resolution to something lower and not put the maximum res at 100%, because the game will go from 20% res, something difficult happens for the GPU, and it goes down to 20%. This happens in Shadows as well. Then here, yeah, there's ray tracing on. You can turn it off, which I'm going to do after testing this. It's only for the global illumination. But if you look at the ray tracing, if it's on low, it looks like this. If it's on medium, it looks way better. And if it's on high, it looks a bit better. So, yeah, I don't know why they kept this as default. Feels kind of weird to me, if you can turn it off. Why does it have FOV? It has FOV because why not? It's awesome to have it, even on third-person games. I don't need to mod the game to get here. And thank you, Henry1984, for becoming an awesome supporter. Thank you so much, sir, for the support. I appreciate that. So yeah, it has a lot of good options so far. Hopefully I can skip cutscenes, because at the beginning it's very heavy on cutscenes. Let's see how it goes. You don't have a Steam Deck anymore, but how's it looking? So far it's okay. We'll see once we get to the actual game. At the beginning there's naval combat on the Rain, so that will be a perfect test, at least for the GPU. For the CPU, I'm waiting more for the Havana chapter, which is right after the Prologue. Okay. It's using the entire GPU so far. No, it's not for its ray tracing. You can turn it off. In shadows, you can turn it off, except in the hideout.
Can you see her?
When are you playing? I'm playing it right now, man. Okay, I'm trying to run.
Dead. Someone take the wheel.
Take the wheel! I played this section so many freaking times. Fire! Okay, when effects show up, it drops the resolution pretty heavily. But that's expected. But it doesn't feel bad so far. So far, so good. At least, again, we're in the middle of the freaking ocean. Jeez. Yeah, on the Switch 2, I mean, this is why I thank Nintendo for the Switch 2. It makes developers focus being able to make a lower setting so we can play it on Steam Deck as well. That's good. And hardware being more expensive is kind of a blessing in disguise, at least in my opinion. More expensive, I mean less. Not being able to upgrade pretty often forces them to actually make it run properly, I guess. Although shadows run better than I expected. But again, we need to get to open locations. But this is a good first impression. Fun fact, this section on the original Black Flag on the Wii U will sometimes crash. Dang it. I mean, this game, guys, the original came out 13 years ago. In 2013, I cannot skip these cutscenes, I think. Let's see. No, I can't. But I know this game by memory because I lost my save in the original so many times. But as I was saying,
Is it dangerous?
Edward, privateering.
Privateering? Is
It was a
dangerous?
PS3 game that got PS4 and Xbox One ports with better graphics, basically. So it was a cross-gen title originally. I don't know, Henry, so far. Too busy. I wanted to play this one because I'm a huge fan of the original. So yeah. Why did you lose it? Doesn't have cloud saves? No. The original, for the longest time, didn't have cloud saves. Not sure if they fixed that.
I want walls that hold back the wind.
And I'm sorry I cannot skip. This is what
How long
I'm
would you be gone with these
annoyed by,
privateers?
even in the original. But that's because I went through this part too many times.
Two at the most.
Ubisoft should remake Prince of Persia X. Oh, wait.
All right.
Dang it.
No more than two.
Promise
Promise
me.
me.
The skin looks pretty damn good so far, even on lowest. It does because Ubisoft Connect handles cloud saves. Then it's probably not working properly for me. Okay, so I'm swimming later.
Sod it.
Speaking of remakes, what happened to the Splinter Cell remake? I'd rather not ask. Actually, considering this is ultra low, it kind of looks good when it comes to detail on the terrain. We don't have reflections on the water, but it's looking okay. We're still mad we won't ever get a Prince of Persia trilogy remake. That would be awesome. Yeah, Switch 2 and Steam Deck force devs to make the games run better. Will you test GPUs with this game? Unfortunately not, I don't have time. I'm focusing on handhelds. It's way faster to make content for that.
Was it good for you as well?
Havana. I must get to Havana.
This is new, I think.
Well, I'll just build us another ship, will I?
I can pay you. Isn't that the sound you pilots
Yeah, this
like
dialogue, I
best?
don't remember it.
100 escudos.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, considering it's basically the lowest settings.
Keep talking.
Thanks, Arthur. I appreciate that.
Oh, won't you?
Yeah, this looks kind of like high settings in most modern games. Oh, there is reflections. Probably not on
You don't
gameplay.
have that gold on you now, do you?
This new dialogue. Oh, I imagined. Okay.
Bloody fucking pirates.
Okay, I remember the first time I played this game on PC.
I'm on to you,
This part
Siegfried.
right here is where I dropped the hardest when it comes to performance.
Come on, mate. We're off to a bad start. We could work together on
Here,
this.
standing here in the original, yeah, here I can see the resolution drops a lot. And the shadow draw
It's
distance is pretty
100
poor.
leagues or more to Havana. Will you
In the
walk
original,
that
you were
distance?
baffled by this guy. An assassin, how easily Edward killed him. Well, suspension of disbelief. Okay. Yeah, the shadow draw distance is very poor, but again, expected. We're playing a new game on a Steam Deck. Yeah, they changed the section, the chasing section as well. It's a bit different. I mean, at least the path to get there. Yeah, in the original, this part was CPU limited, definitely. I mean, again, we're talking about a PS3 360 game that got a PS4 and Xbox One version with better graphics. So the base, when it comes to CPU performance, should be pretty low.
Oh, shit. Where's he running to?
Yeah, this part was taller, I remember. The dive there to the water was from a way taller place.
Forget what I said.
And here you
We
kind of
can
get
start
shot,
over.
I remember. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. For being a pirate, he's very, very good.
This one vanishes into shadow.
Vanishes in the shadow. Yeah, this part is different as well. Okay, a lot of new stuff, actually. Yeah, that's new. Finally something that makes sense.
And now we've drawn swords, mate. I'm beginning to think you're not keen on my aid.
My business bears greater purpose than a thief like you could comprehend. I warned you.
Why the
Well,
ill
one thing that I
temper?
remember is that this
Hiding
part was
something?
stupidly easy. He's injured as well, so it kind of makes sense. Although this feels very Shadows.
We don't have
But I remember just smashing the attack button in the original and he was dead.
Filthy cutpurse.
At least here he has a fighting chance.
that looks painful.
And they
Die, you
teach you how to parry after the prologue in the original. When you're in a bar fight. At least we don't have an energy bar. Perfect parry. Okay. But this makes more sense. It was way too easy in the original. They should have remade the first game. I mean, they're probably working on that. I don't know. Would be pretty cool. The combat looks too arcadey. I mean, in the original, it was already too freaking easy. I mean, the original, you could go unarmed, disarm everyone, and kill them with punches. And there was no difficulty option. Here, there is. I'm playing on normal. I'll probably play on hard when I actually play it.
We have the means to reward you handsomely.
But yeah,
Though I will not know your face by sight, I believe I
the original was
recognize
way
the
too
costume
easy.
made infamous by your secret
That
order.
kind of bummed me when I wanted to replay it.
Therefore, come to Havana in haste, and trust that you shall be welcomed as a brother.
Yeah, you counter every move in the original and win. Sometimes you have to use A in the original to destroy the defenses of heavier enemies, but that's about it. And sometimes you try to get shot, you just grab someone and put them here, and they get shot. Felt good for a while, but then it gets boring. You're just a killing machine right away.
Now to find my way
But it's
off this
optional, you
beautiful
can lower
lot.
the combat difficulty.
That schooner will do me just fine.
Oh, you can raise and lower the hood.
Some of its crew.
Awesome. I wonder if I can crouch manually as well. That'll be cool. Looks and works better than I expected. Same. Yeah, you could use lossless scaling on this. There's also an option in-game, but it's probably worse. Who knows? But again, it all depends on what we're doing with the stuttering. We're using all the memory, so we're definitely memory constrained. We're at 12 gigs and 5 gigs of VRAM. We have 16 gigs only, so we're using swap, which is slower. Yeah, this part is also very, very... The height here difference from the original is significant. In the original, this was like half a building tall, this part. Okay, I have to hide manually. Gotcha. That's another thing that makes it easy, makes it harder in comparison to the original, but I can crouch manually. That's awesome.
Try this.
Okay, and I have the takedowns like in Brotherhood. That if you kill one enemy, you can immediately take down the next one. I think that has a cooldown, probably. Do you have 4 gigs of VRAM buffer on? No, actually no. It's on 1 gig, the default. Some games break with the 4 gig stuff. I don't think it makes much of a difference lately. Yeah, being able to go crouch manually is awesome. Yeah, you couldn't manually duck in the original. You had to be in the foliage. But the amount of times I freaking played the intro because the cloud saves don't work for me, it's ridiculous.
Is that yours?
Good morning, 6:20 a.m. in Las Vegas. Hey Spencer Walker, how's it going, man? Here it's 10 a.m.
I can
10:22.
pilot it myself, no mind.
I woke up 7 a.m. to claim the game from the Ubisoft creator program,
I'm Duncan.
so the keys
What's your
don't run
name,
out.
friend?
Steed Bonnet.
And I was preparing
Well, Mr.
this,
Bonnet.
so
Let this stay twixt us.
I have to go to
But I'm
work
on a
after this,
secret
but
errand for His
it'll be
Majesty
worth
the
it.
King, God save him, and
I
must
love
get to Havana with
AC4.
speed.
Oh, that is a relief, sir. Havana is also my
Yeah,
destination.
car
Our
utilities,
ways lie
I also
together.
don't use it
Natural
anymore.
allies, then.
You put me at ease,
Yeah,
sir.
default stuff is
Didn't think
good.
I took you for a pirate
They
when
always
you
thought
first
we were
appeared.
too dumb for a crouch button. Maybe.
You have uncommon way of handling yourself. Quick and easy, if I may say. Gave me quite a
And
fix.
this in the original,
All things considered.
you couldn't really skip it. Oh, you can skip. Just press B like a maniac.
Hardly the worst
Okay,
thing
you
to
can skip
happen.
line by line. That's awesome. And thank you so much, Spencer Walker 21, for the Devil Dono, the 6.66 US dollars donation. Thank you so much, man. You're always there. Holy hell. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. The original was about social stealth. Ducking in public is very unusual. Yeah, I agree. But still, it was nice to have it.
Thanks to you lot that I'm back. You can thank Duncan here.
But right after this, we're getting to Havana, so it will be nice. Hitman Absolution came a year before, and it had a crouch button. Yeah, but it's
My helmsman and quartermaster were among those
Rise the
killed.
sails. Please tell me there's a third-person camera.
The Spanish Navy hunts in packs, and we make for Havana.
Yeah, the water looks horrible on low. Probably the missing reflections.
half sail to get ourselves moving.
Ah, there's a tug of the wind at my hair.
It's kind of annoying that
In the feel and smell of the ocean.
that I don't have a third-person camera. Maybe that's later.
That's a top way of seeing it, mate.
Yeah, here comes the true test. Havana. Also, the upscaling doesn't do great. The screen space shadows don't do great with the wheel. But I respect for having a lower quality option.
Let's strike to full, shall we?
Yeah, we had a crouch button on the PS1. There we go, full sail.
Opened it up now, haven't we?
Third person? No? Okay. Where's the whale? Is there a draw distance option? Yeah, it zooms out on travel speed, but in this part, in the original, I could use travel speed. Oh well. Where's the whale? Probably in the cutscene.
You're a natural sailor, Duncan.
I
Oh,
did
still
a decent
cannot
trick
skip
at the helm
this.
some time ago. 2 years before the mast as a privateer.
Dash my buttons.
Maybe they put the whale in the
Your life seems a
cutscene.
grand one,
They
if I may
better.
say. So full of adventure.
Otherwise, I'm calling them out.
I've seen my share of strange.
I missed it? Oh. In the original, it was like, okay, press this button, look at the left. Oh well. It was off screen. Dang it. I suck. Yeah, in cutscenes we do have screen space reflections. So I can probably enable them later. Okay, looking good. The cutscene acts like a loading screen? Yeah, definitely. I also noticed when you get on the boat, it spikes on CPU usage. It's probably unloading the main areas. The draw distance for the trees is also horrible, but
Lively Havana. I've been here once before.
honestly, I'd rather turn off ray tracing
Pleasure.
and increase the settings. Yeah, out of place, title drop. Yeah.
See someone you know.
Hey, that's the game's name!
I shouldn't want to be mistaken for
Okay,
a
yeah,
pirate
here the resolution is pretty damn
Right.
low.
Flash rogue like yourself must be cautious.
Yeah.
The best one was definitely AC2's title card. Okay, here it goes.
Mad to
Here's
think
when the
Spain
CPU is
World
going
War
to
2
cry.
years ago, isn't it? Here I am, bartering with Spaniards like they were nothing wrong.
No, so where's the...
There we go, I can skip.
Well,
I hope you'll tarry a bit while I
Okay, yeah,
find my
definitely this part is more
It'd be a great
CPU
relief to
heavy.
have a man of your stature nearby. Okay, so
I can
Ooh,
hang
yeah.
out. I might have a drink.
I can see that the resolution drops significantly when walking here. Yeah, the resolution here drops very, very hard. It kind of makes sense, but still. I mean, the CPU suffers a lot in this section. Come on, let's go, man. Okay, it follows on its own. Good. And you can stop following.
what a revolting sight.
They don't
Good,
keep
I don't have to do
pirates
anything.
Here, do they?
Although the
Wonder
water
how many
reflections,
stolen reals bought these
I'm going to
bandits
increase that.
purge.
There's no sound. There should be better sound now. It's a bit silent, yeah. I just increase the volume.
Hola, ladies.
You don't know these women, do you?
No, they charge money for that kind of privilege. Few dozen reals for every hour of knowing. Keen to meet them.
No, goodness no, I'm a married man.
Married men are their forte, mate.
I should acquire a blade for myself, Duncan. Just
Yeah,
as
the
you
CPU
have. Perhaps a
cries
small
in
dagger would
pain
suit me.
in this part.
Oh, we'll be quite the pair, you and I. Twin devils.
Maybe I'll buy a sword too, and we'll both jump
Ray
rank.
tracing is on right now? Yeah. But for
Lend us a few
global
reals,
illumination,
then?
I can
I
see
did save
some
your skin.
indirect lighting.
Of course.
Cheers.
But let me see if I can turn that off. I don't think it makes sense to have it on. I'll take a screenshot though first, just to do a quick comparison. Oh, this would be... Hopefully I don't have to restart the game to turn that off. Otherwise I'll be pretty mad. The servers are down. That's great. Yeah, I cannot see a damn thing. Hold up. Oh, I tried to go to the Animus. My bad. That's what happens when I'm using an overlay. If I turn this off. Okay, off is ray tracing is not used. Global illumination is using pre-computed technique, backlighting. Standard enables ray trace global illumination. Extended RTGI and ray trace specular reflections are enabled. So this is global illumination. Let's turn that off. And another screenshot. Let's see it very quick. Not sure if you guys can see my screen. Yeah, you can. Awesome. So let's see which one is which, I wonder. That's a great question. Well, the one on the left is ray tracing off, definitely. If you look at indirect lighting, I think it's pretty obvious. Let me do a quick swipe. You get indirect lighting, definitely. Is it worth the performance hit? I don't know, but the resolution seems higher. Yeah, the resolution is definitely higher without ray tracing. I know I'm pixel peeping, but it's the best way to check that. Without ray tracing, with ray tracing, yeah, the resolution is a bit lower. Quite a bit lower, actually. But you can see, like, the smaller objects. Actually, the smaller objects here look better without ray tracing. But you get more in-depth lighting. This stuff is shaded. I wouldn't use it by default, though. It probably affects the CPU and the GPU, the CPU especially, and the GPU quite a bit. But it's there. Would you guys use it? Also, the materials for the glass. The glass has some translucency. I don't know what else. Stuff at the side. I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it, but I don't think it's worth it. We could go for a higher resolution instead. Why enable ray tracing by default on a Steam Deck? I don't know. But the most obvious is the color of the lighting that is tinted with the color of the sand on the ground. And the lighting in there. I think this is the most obvious difference. Yeah, the original looked great as well. So let's try some changes. Because I think we can push the settings higher instead. I don't think we can do 40s, but I'm going to try as much as I can. Hang on, I gotta understand what the button is. Okay, good. There you go. So let's do a few tweaks. I mean, ray tracing is nice that you can use it. I wouldn't really do it. Let's see, TAA, Upscaler, FSR, or XeSS. I'm going to try similar settings to shadows. Upscaler quality, you have performance, which is usually 50% resolution. Sorry, yeah, I think so. And here's 20. So they're probably using, instead of using per axis percentages, they're using the entire pixel count and putting percentages. So 20% in this case should match like 50% resolution. Sorry, 25% should match 50% res. Something like that. Let's do XeSS balanced. XeSS usually looks pretty damn good. Then on scalability, we have handheld low, medium, and high. Let's do handheld high since we're not using ray tracing. Again, by default, ray tracing was on. Handheld high seems to be a good idea. I wonder if there is screen space reflections. Anyway, cloud, fog, terrain, scatter density, deformation. Yeah, where's the screen space reflections? Is it in light source? Okay, screen space reflections are here on low. Okay, good. So let's put it on again. Handheld high. Apply the settings and I need to reload. Handheld high is basically a little bit below low settings. But we'll see. XeSS is not looking great. Yeah, it looks way too soft. It looks horrible. Okay, in this case, XeSS is disappointing. Let's try FSR. Oof, it's rough. I mean, it's kind of like 360p, honestly, so your statement is not wrong. Let's try TAA. Okay, this looks way better. It's not perfect, but it's better. And I want to turn off motion blur. It's making me sick. But I think dynamic res makes more sense on this one. I'll just... let me disable freaking motion blur. And this as well. Okay, that's way better. Okay, I'll keep it like this. Okay, let me put it like this. I'm probably going to restart the game as well. Yeah, this resolution, we're good. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but I'm playing it on a freaking big screen right now. On the smaller screen, it'll hold up better. But definitely we are CPU limited, at least in Havana. But I'll restart. I think I can actually make it a bit better than this. Yeah, let me do a couple more manual tweaks. Is this worse than 1050? I mean, when it comes to GPU horsepower, yes, definitely slower. I'll do handheld low. Character quality, I'm going to keep it on very low. Post effects, meh. Particles, meh. water. Let's do very low. Texture resolution, it was already using a lot of VRAM, so let's keep it the same. It's kind of trash, but yeah. Loading distance, I can increase it a tiny bit maybe. Geometry quality, I'm going to keep this on ultra low. Micropolygon, low. Screen space effects on low, so we have reflections. Light source quality, I can keep it on low. Shadows, they were fine as they were. A bit flickery. Clouds, whatever. Fog, whatever. And that's basically it, I think. But I have to restart. Is that just full native, no DLSS? No. It was balanced upscaling. Actually, I'm going to try XeSS again, but this time lowering the sharpness. You play older games in your Steam Deck, basically handheld custom with most settings at the lowest. Yeah, it's basically that lower setting with reflections, a bit better shadows, and a bit better draw distance. I wish the Steam Deck was upgradable. You and me both. Everything should be upgradable, but sometimes that's not possible. XeSS balanced. Sharpening, I'll put this at the lowest. In some games it breaks the upscalers. And there we go. And again, this is basically the settings. Very low on many things, ultra low on some of them, and low on things that I think are important, but more GPU limited. Because the game uses a lot of CPU. So I lowered the CPU heavy stuff a bit more. Yeah, still, XeSS looks rough. Yeah, XeSS, I don't like how it looks. Yeah, XeSS, I don't like it at all in this game. It's way too pixelated. FSR4, it doesn't have the option. Maybe we can mod it in later. I'll put it on automatic then. Who knows what they are doing? Balanced upscaling. It's probably TAA, but still. Yeah, it's pixelated, but it's doing better, I think. Let's see. Yeah. I'll still use dynamic res actually, but the CPU heavy part doesn't lower us below 30 anymore. So that's good. Yeah, I think I can push it a bit further on GPU, on resolution. XeSS better than FSR. I mean, it usually is, but here it looks way too soft. Let's try quality, yeah, sure. Because native is not going to be fine. Okay, quality seems to be looking better. Okay, quality actually looks pretty decent. Yeah, it ain't that bad, actually. I'll keep it like this. There we go. Let's continue.
What can I do for you?
I don't think we can do 40s. Just because of the fact that we're so CPU limited that I wouldn't really try to go higher. What I would do though, I'll keep dynamic res, probably, targeting 30s.
That's a better fit for me. How do you fare?
And again, it's a new game on the latest quote-unquote technology.
Still, it'll do in a pinch.
So yeah. I mean, just the fact that it runs on Steam Deck makes no sense. Let's be honest here.
Oh, puffer duff.
But like this, I think it looks pretty good. We don't have ray tracing,
Oh,
obviously.
no matter. I'll get us a better view. What are we looking for?
But why would I
The
expect
tavern,
ray
the
tracing?
sort of courtyard interior.
It just bothers me that it has ray tracing on by default.
Every finger's a fishhook. That's how you tell a true sailor.
Yes, a fine way to put it.
Oh, it was over there. I'll stick to TAA and use dynamic rest. Yeah. I mean, hair strands are probably pretty taxing. But again, as I say every time when I'm making a video like this part is obviously research.
I think I see the place.
I actually
We're not
record the
far.
screen of the Steam Deck so you can see battery life. And you can also see what it looks like on the smaller screen, because this, again, remember that it's a 7-inch screen.
Here I come.
Let's see if it's easier to tackle him in here. 007 also has Force RT. Yeah, but it's a software solution. Okay, he fights back in this case.
You robbed the wrong man, mate. A fellow with dangerous friends.
You're very happy it runs at 30? Yeah,
That's a heavy
I mean,
purse, Mr.
you can
Bonnet.
lock it to 30 and have a bit better battery life. It will help the CPU stability as well. And if you want better image quality, you can enable dynamic res.
By Jove, you're
It should be
alive.
fine.
Of course I am. That filter's no fuss.
So when you look at indoors, maybe, or in the middle of the ocean,
Aye.
it's going to be high
I'll be buying the
resolution
first round with
and
the
then
money I
drop
pulled
in the
up.
cities by itself.
Oh, wonderful.
OptiScaler, we can try it
First my
later.
ship, then my purse. It's twice you've saved me now, Duncan.
And don't forget your skin.
For as low as the
Save
settings
that
are,
too.
it still looks pretty alright.
Thrice
Yep,
then. Very good.
yeah, definitely.
Out of the way.
Again,
Oh, my
sacrifices.
word.
It's a Steam
The
Deck
Venom
at the end of the
grows
day.
livelier all the time.
We're also trying the
These
Ally
friends
X,
that we meet
which
make
should
me
allow us
more
to push it
impatient
way
to
further.
drink.
Come on.
But again, the Steam Deck and the Ally X are basically the same price
this
right
is
now.
the
So,
The sea has much to offer.
yeah.
But a popping tavern always draws me back to shore.
Hopping. Yes. I would
Bonnet's
normally
face looks
prefer to
rough.
conduct
Yeah,
my
the
affairs
shading on
somewhere
the characters'
quieter.
faces is pretty bad. Maybe I can increase that later. Oh yeah, faces look rough, especially because of the
Take
lighting.
your time. I'll be just here.
Yeah, when Ill comes out, I'm going to play it, definitely. I mean, yeah, faces are rough. The character quality, maybe I can increase it so they have actual shading in the faces. Maybe if I can change it here. Because there's an option here, character quality. Adjust level of detail on non-player characters. This includes shadows, mesh complexity, and shading. Yeah, when you put it on low... Oh, on medium, they actually look okay. On very high, it just looks way better. Let me try high for characters. Maybe it's not that much of a problem. Because it looks rough. Let's reload the
Lucky King
checkpoint.
George.
Yeah, even low settings can look fine on newer games. I mean, it's nice to have options. That's what I like. Yeah, we'll see once we are running around again. Yeah, the faces look way better.
Take your time. I'll be just here.
Not perfect, but a bit more shading. Although in the cutscenes here, it's probably the global illumination not being there.
Biding my time till the next war calls me to service.
Lucky King George. Having a piss pot like you flying his
Oi!
Oh, I can skip. Good.
Edward, is it?
How we looking? Better than I expected.
Come on, lads. I've seen bigger arms on a bird.
So here's when the game taught you how to parry in the original, I think. Ooh, nice. I'm still hitting X to hit them. It still feels weird to use the bumpers to fight in this game.
You want a dust up? I'll give you one.
Yeah, definitely character quality maybe was a little bit much. There's a lot of characters here.
Now here's an animal, no mistake.
Glad to be here. Thanks, Edgar. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay. Smoke bomb.
Look again, lobcocks. I've had all I can drink at present, lads. You go on without me.
Yeah, character quality, drop it. I'm going to reload. Sorry, guys. First impression stuff. So far, the quote-unquote best settings, in my opinion. 800p, XeSS quality, or whichever upscaler you like. Sharpen at the lowest. I'll increase it to 20%, like in shadows. All this, like you see it here, personal preference on post effects. Scalability. Ray tracing was on by default. Keep it freaking off. Then, obviously no ray tracing. Characters, let's keep them on low, or actually medium or low, whichever you find easier to manage. Hair strands, not going to do that. All this on the absolute lowest. Same with the texture resolution. Well, it's on very low instead of ultra low. What else? Well, shadows on very low instead of ultra low. And that's basically it. Those are the settings, in my opinion, that should give you the best experience. Optionally, you can use dynamic res as well. Does the game always use software RTGI, or does it use baked GI? It uses baked GI when RT is off. But again, by default it was on. Kind of baffling if you ask me.
I've had all I can drink at present, lads. You go on without me.
There it goes.
Look again, lobcocks.
Strange decision to have it on handheld low preset. Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully
it's the usual thing. It happens pretty often when they do the verified game stuff. They put very, very low settings in general. I'm not surprised, honestly. You can pick up the hood to cover the pixelated hair. That's a good point. Although the GPU is suffering a bit. But again, this part, it makes sense. Considering the CPU is crying for help. But again, it's not so bad. I was expecting way worse than this. The Ally seems to be the move for now. Yeah, agreed. Oops. Verdict, first impressions are good. That's my verdict so far. You just need to do a few tweaks and I'll lock it to 30 frames. Dynamic res is nice, but sometimes it can be a double-edged sword. So lock it to 30. Frame times are not great here, but better than nothing. The other option is to use the in-game lock. I don't know how good or bad it is. But that's one of the options, I'd say. The other one is to use dynamic res, and you can keep it going up and down. That's another good option, I'd say. It locks the game to 30, and in the loading screens, it stays at 60. Are we going to test Ace Combat 8? Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, this allows the menus to be at 60. So another option is to do the same settings, but dynamic res targeting 30. Not sure if XeSS is a good idea here. I'll keep it on automatic. Yeah, automatic should be good. And the minimum resolution would be 35%. What was the quality? I don't remember. Maximum resolution, I'll keep it at probably 60%. Again, this is not per axis like in other games. And the minimum will be like 30%. And this shouldn't do anything. So something like this should give us a decent enough visual performance. The thing is, the resolution will go up and down depending on what's going on. So sometimes that can cause stutters when it changes very quickly. If I do this. Yeah, this looks way sharper now when I'm looking at walls and stuff. Yep. And it gives some breathing room to the CPU at times. I don't think this is a bad option. And when it drops, because of GPU, it drops a bit lower. Maybe when effects show up or something. This looks way sharper, like this. And it already locks the game to 30, so in cutscenes and menus, it should be good. And let's see if we have screen space reflections. Yeah, the Steam version is probably going to have precompiled shaders, so it's going to be better in that way. But you still have to go through Ubisoft Connect. You don't think this can handle ship combat? We did some ship combat at the beginning. The thing is, when you get later on better gear... Okay, we have reflections. Good. The thing with ship combat is that you're basically in the middle of the ocean.
Sorry about the swift exit. Bit of a misunderstanding. Oh,
I was having the foggiest.
come on. What?
I ain't got the foggiest idea. Yeah, I think this does a better job.
Goods to sell. The sugar and such.
Eavesdropping?
Need to stay
No,
out
I'm
of
not.
sight. I should
Screw
check
that.
if this canker carries something useful.
I hated those missions. And I hate them still now. I'm not wasting my time with that. There we go.
This Captain Mendoza plans to move our goods. Can't have that.
I've never seen a hanging before. It's barbaric. Ugh. You are going to watch, aren't we?
Not this time, mate. Better if you stay out of
Yeah,
sight.
the combat gets pretty insane later on. I agree. But again, the CPU usage outside the city is way better. And you're not doing ship combat in the city. Ooh, the amount of characters here is insane.
Hanging is all well and good. I've come for Captain Mendoza. He wouldn't be dodging his debts now, would he?
No. The man on the platform there is the captain.
Explore.
Let the show begin.
For the crimes of forgery,
Did the game crash for you? No.
theft, and murder. All in the
No,
name
no,
of
the battery
piracy.
life, again, we're capped to
Samuel
15
Thorstock,
watts
you are hereby
TDP.
sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead.
So
How many
battery
last words?
a little bit over 2 hours on the OLED. On the LCD, 90 minutes. But if you look into 30 and maybe don't use dynamic res, it should last a bit longer. Character quality is on not on lowest, one notch above lowest. But again, I wouldn't keep ray tracing on like Ubisoft did by default. Because you have ray tracing on for your indirect lighting, but at the same time, you don't have screen space reflections.
The captain is preoccupied with this Castillo. It must be where they've stashed my stuff.
Yeah, definitely the pedestrians are a problem. Oof, yeah. Yeah, it's very CPU intensive. I'm going to do the character stuff on a lower setting. I also should restart. I mean, ultra low, it will help the CPU definitely. Yeah, they removed the hidden blade. What? Maybe it comes on later on, or it's actually confirmed that there's no hidden blade. Okay, that's a bit better. I'll do what I always did in the original. Oh yeah, X to crouch. Still feels weird.
Pronto estarás criando. ¡Haz deprisa! ¡No lo perdáis!
Cannot hug walls on this one? Oh yeah, you can. They replaced them with something else? Ooh, that's disgusting. Let me lock it to 30 in the menu, because sometimes when it hits the frame rate target, it allows the game to go beyond 30. There it goes. But as you can see here as an example with the dynamic res, when you're not looking at the city and something that kills the GPU, the resolution is much higher. So that's why I recommend dynamic res on this one. It seems to be working well.
My stuff is nearby.
I'm gonna try handheld mode. I'm going to do it in the video. Don't worry.
Here's my goods. Time to tell Bonnet the bad news.
Was this rope in the original? I don't remember. But as you can see, if you know where to go from the original, this mission took more than 10 minutes because of the eavesdropping that you can skip now. So yeah. There weren't zip lines in the original, I don't think. Yeah, that looked off to me.
So, will you don't not?
Oh God!
Hey, I bought the gov.
No, I'm going to do lossless scaling now. Okay, here it goes. But so far the running through the city is the difficult part. Oh, in the original it was his bare hands. Damn. Every finger's a fish hook. Yeah, I mean, lossless scaling is probably going to feel bad, but still, worth trying. Let's try the in-game solution first, maybe. What's the average outside of the city? It's fine to get 30s there. Frame gen. Oh, there's XeSS frame gen as well. Cool. Let's see. I mean, the in-game frame gen seems to be pretty heavy. Yeah, no. Lossless scaling is the way. Maybe it was a dynamic res, I'm not sure. But I'd rather use the external one. But let's get out of the game super quick. But first impressions are good. As long as you tweak it manually, it should be okay. Oh, I thought in the original he was using his bare hands. No, he was using a rope. Okay. Lossless scaling. We go to Decky frame gen, 2x multiplier. And we copy the launch option. This is going to frame generate even the menus, but whatever. Does Steam Deck have FSR4? You can mod it in generally, but it destroys performance. In this game, it would help a lot, I think, but you need to lower the resolution further. Yeah, I mean, the 30 FPS felt good. I could fight, parry, all good. Same thing that I said on Expedition 33. 30 frames was fine. I could parry, I can do everything, but when you do frame gen, you add some input latency, and I couldn't hit any parries. But again, if you start playing the game with frame gen already, you can probably get used to it. The timing with that delay in the middle. But let's see how it goes. So the game locked it to 30, but frame gen duplicates each frame. I'm doing great, War Emperor. What about you, sir? What's the install size? I think it's like 50 gigabytes or something like that. I'll double check. Yep. The thing is having good frame pacing. That's the difficult part. So this is with frame gen. Ooh. Maybe dynamic resolution for this is not a good idea. Oh, God. Yeah, let me disable dynamic res. Maybe that's messing things up. And the resolution scale will be... Hold up. It was XeSS quality. And we lock the GPU clock. Oh my God. Let's lock it to 1500 maybe. 1600? Dude. Okay. Yeah, but still it's not great. Yeah, the ghosting is insane and the smearing. The thing is, the frame pacing is not consistent. I mean, it responds well so far. Worse response times than 30, obviously. But it kind of works. Yeah, the thing is the artifacting. I mean, if I move the camera with Edward in the middle, he gets all screwed up.
I have done nothing. Please stop.
Yeah, also smearing on the bottom left because of the HUD. Very common issue with FrameGen. So I wouldn't really do it. Let's see combat. Oh my god. Yeah, I cannot even hit stupid parries. There you go. Yeah, it's not so bad when it response times. Artifacting though, I cannot get behind that. Let me see if I disable the FPS lock, if it improves. Yeah, it's like a stroke with motion blur on top of it. Yeah, it still does it. Ooh, I died. Reviews on this game? I don't know. Haven't watched anything. I'm going blind on this. I'll try a different approach to the lossless scaling. Let's try the other way, which was Mailbox, I think it's called. Oof. Feels weird with Mailbox, but it works. Yeah, but I don't see those artifacts. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Mailbox is it doesn't feel as... It doesn't look as smooth, but it's an option. But this destroys the what's the name of this? I mean, latency is way better. I wouldn't say it's unusable like this. Seems okay. Yeah, still a little bit of input lag, I'm noticing. So, I mean, it works. Ooh, yeah, I never get the parries. Come on. There we go. Almost didn't get it. But again, if you start... This is what I always say about FrameGen. If you start playing the game with FrameGen at all times, you can probably get used to the timing.
Now we dance.
I'm now getting used to it. This looks like a 360 game. Ha, guess what? I have news for you. You play the original, if not for that terrible old Ubisoft launcher. This one also has the Ubisoft launcher, and it's the same version that you have to use. I mean, I'll still play the original on the Steam Deck. Has way higher frame rates, more stable, higher resolution. But if you want to play the remastered, you can do it as well. So yeah. Personally, wouldn't use frame gen on this one. We just played at 30, like I told you at the beginning. I mean, it's not consistent 60s, definitely. But hey, it's in the city. So again, final settings in my opinion, 800p with dynamic res, targeting 30 with the FPS limit on, the upscaler on automatic, this on custom, maximum resolution, something like 50%, which is higher than quality upscaling. Let's put it at 55. Minimum of 30% is closer to a little bit over performance upscaling. This can stay at 100, doesn't matter. No frame gen, sharpening at 20%. And on scalability, no ray tracing. And stuff like you see here. A mix of low and ultra low. Which again, still looks pretty good, in my opinion. And now I have frame gen on, but still, those are the settings, in my opinion. Let's go for the ROG Ally X now. So in order to do that, I'm going to pause the game. Again, guys, this will become a video with handheld footage. So we're going to do that. So here's the Ally X. I'll connect everything. I'll need a sec for this. And the deck can go to sleep. I will see what a handheld can do. Okay. Ally X. The game is out already. It's out tomorrow. But yeah. I got a bit early access. I mean, again, it's playable. Not the best looking, obviously. But the option is there. Oh, I'm in Xbox mode. I'll swap to... Hold up. I have to swap the resolution for the capture card. I forget that this monitor is 4K. So, one sec. So I need to go to display. And put it at 1080. So it matches what we're doing. And 120 Hertz, like the Ally X. But my signal is always freaking wrong. There you go. So now what I do in this situation, I go for Xbox mode to use the lowest amount of memory. So we give some for the Ally to work with. So it needs to restart the PC for that. But it starts in Xbox mode and it's all good. This was just because I forgot to set it to 1080. Yeah, you can also play by a Moonlight. You need a PC for that, but it works. It's actually pretty damn good. Better than using FrameGen for sure. There is some latency, but locally, should be good. Thanks on your left, 456. Okay, it needs my finger. What up? So the first thing that I'm doing is quote unquote docked. When it's plugged in, it can boost to like 30 watts. You can go a bit higher for a small period of time, but I wouldn't do it. I'll just keep it at 30 watts. It takes a little bit of time to load. Holy hell. Okay, I downloaded the game already, but it's on Ubisoft Connect still. It just opens it, opens Ubisoft Connect, then opens the game. It does it all on its own. It's pretty cool. You sold it because small battery and Z1 non-extreme. Oh yeah, no, the Z1 non-extreme is a scam in comparison. At least when it comes to performance. Let's see. Your friend installed SteamOS on his Ally X? Yeah. I mean, SteamOS on that is fantastic. It kind of, I mean, I like that the sleep actually works in SteamOS. On Windows, I go for hibernation because otherwise it turns on because, I don't know, a fly was very close to the Ally and it wakes it up like in laptops. Do you watch the World Cup? Sometimes, but not a fan. It bores me to tears generally. But again, the thing with Windows is that the sleep feature, it's a lot of work. Oh, did I enable the FPS counter? I don't remember. Hold up. You're running unsupported video driver. I have the latest one, so that's BS. Let me open the the FPS counter before I forget. That should be it. I know this is weird, but it works. Compiling shaders, good. You did see a Steam Deck running Windows? Oof, no, it's terrible. I mean, it works, but that's about it. Are you using a docking hub for your handhelds? Yeah, I'm using, they're in the description. It's a JSAUX one. And I also have a one from BenQ that they sent for review a while back. And I tend to use that for, just for these videos. It works pretty well. Okay, did it compile? I think so. We're at manual 30 watts. Let's see the defaults. So the default is 900p, VSync off, FPS limit to 30 with dynamic resolution, similar to the Steam Deck actually. Oh, or maybe it remembers my settings from the Steam Deck. That's another option. Yeah, it's definitely my Steam Deck settings. Let's do handheld high. With 1080p as a base. Yeah, GeForce Now is not a bad idea either. Hey, Worthless Man 24, how's it going? Yeah, there's also VRR. It works very damn well. Okay. Here I'm going for 1080p. Dynamic res, targeting 30. Let's do dynamic res later, actually. Let's go all out. Let's do XeSS native. I'm being too generous here. Let's do XeSS quality. XeSS quality and handheld high. And let's disable motion blur. Oh, it's disabled. Okay, good. Let's run the benchmark first. Too early for Eclipse mode? Yeah. Eclipse mode is probably going to happen way later. FPS lock. At the beginning, let's keep it unlocked. Okay. Way better than I expected. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot CPU boost. It's going to be needed in this game. It's actually good. Handheld high, 1080p, XeSS quality. It looks very damn sharp because I've been playing it on Steam Deck, obviously. Everything will look sharp after that. And it's a 30-watt mode. It's handheld high, not high. But here you can see that the massive CPU difference is important. I don't know why they don't put audio in this part. So the thing that I forgot to turn on was CPU boost. I tend to use it to help battery life, but in a game like this it's probably important to have it. Yeah, on the deck settings it's probably going to be way faster. Let's do that. Let's do it very quick. On handheld actually. Let's do that with a lower wattage later. But I think I can go a bit higher. I think the characters I can push them. I don't think her strands are important, but oh, player only. Okay, player only. Post effects, high, particles, let's do medium. Water, medium. Textures, we have a lot of VRAM available here. So I'm going to try high, I'm being generous. Draw distance, medium. Let's put the game on medium in general. And let's see what happens. Except in the clouds and the fog, I don't really care about this. So, ray tracing is off for now, but let's keep it like this. So, 1080p, medium, 30 watts mode, XeSS on quality. Again, not native, but on 1080p, XeSS quality looks pretty damn sharp. Hey, Georgie 1777. I don't think it can run at 60, but we'll see. It will be interesting. Maybe I'm being too ambitious. We'll see. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit too aggressive. But still, it looks awesome. It's a massive difference. And we're not CPU limited. We're actually GPU limited, so I'll put it at 900p, honestly, or balanced upscaling. Ray tracing is off, I think. I'll double check, but still. Let's do balanced. Yeah, ray tracing is disabled. There we go. Yeah, balanced XeSS doesn't look great. I don't know what's up with that. But there it goes. Medium settings. 30 frames. Again, this is quote-unquote docked. This is 1080p as a base. But let's see with RT on. Just for the memes. Let's go someplace better to see the RT in action. But there's a lot of scalability from here, I'm pretty sure. But here we're not bothered by the CPU. Yeah, this should be a good place to see ray tracing. Screenshot. Pause. Yeah, the Ally X is a freaking beast. RT on low. Let's see it. Can you see my screen? Yes, no. No. There it goes. So, the one that runs better should be RT off. Yeah, definitely RT on. It's 4 frames less, at least here. But you get the better lighting. The indirect lighting is much better. Let me go full screen super quick. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably use dynamic res with RT on if you care about that. It will be a lower resolution, but you get the indirect lighting. I mean, if you look at Edward's face under the hood, it's darker. The lighting is better. These are details, obviously. But it's ray tracing at the end of the day. It's on low ray tracing. We lose 4 frames with low. Although when you're moving and stuff, it's probably going to be noticeable. So yeah, that's pretty nice, actually. Let's keep it like this for now. RT low. But it's still funny to me that on the Steam Deck, ray tracing is on by default. Although XeSS is not looking great, I don't know what's going on with balanced XeSS. I think it's bugged. Yeah, Switch 2 will use DLSS. That's going to be interesting. Still slower than the Ally X. That's way better. Okay, the upscaling is on auto. Yeah, if we're playing docked, 1080p, balance upscaling, 30 watts, RT on low, it looks good. 30 frames, I don't think it's a bad idea. But let's say you want to play at a higher frame rate, well, maybe we can get it to 40s, maybe, if you're lucky. We need to sacrifice the resolution, obviously, but this is night and day. I don't know why I cannot fast travel, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, 40 FPS with VRR would be perfect for this. I think we have room. Yeah, balanced upscaling doesn't seem to work properly. But the other option is to keep it on quality and use 900p instead. Yeah, we're borderline. But again, we're using ray tracing on a freaking handheld. Let that sink in. So let's do a higher frame rate. So for that, I'm going to use the Steam Deck settings. So I put everything on handheld low. I turn off ray tracing. I increase the character quality. Post effects on very low. Particles very low. Textures, I'll increase that. Loading distance, let's keep it like that. Screen space on low, so we have reflections. Shadows on low. Clouds on very low. All this on very low. This is basically the Steam Deck settings with better textures. Does the ROG Ally X have FSR 4.1 yet? As far as I know, it doesn't. Crimson Desert on Switch 2, I would love to see it. If it means better CPU performance on PC, hell yeah. No, this is the Ally X right now. If you want to see the Steam Deck, rewind the stream, you'll find it. A bit more frames performance to look a bit better than balance. Okay, gotcha. No worries. But if you have the normal ROG Ally, it will be very similar performance to this. Instead of 1080, we're doing 900. Let's try quality XeSS. We might need to tweak stuff like this for a bit. But again, settings are something like this. And scalability is basically what I used on Steam Deck. But I increased the textures because we have VRAM. And let's see if it makes any difference. Yeah, we still need a lower resolution. Let's do dynamic resolution. That makes a lot more sense to me. I forget that we have it. Let's do dynamic res, yeah. Let's be stupid and target 60s somehow. All this on automatic. And let's see what happens. Okay, definitely not hitting 60. But we seem to be able to get into the 40s. So I will lock the dynamic res to 40. 45 maybe. Now 40 makes more sense. So yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Let's target 40s with a little bit more aggressive dynamic res. So it starts between 30 and 50% resolution. So 900p, FPS limit at 45, dynamic res, 30 to 50% upscaling. And on scalability, basically what I used on Steam Deck with higher textures. Again, this is if you want a higher frame rate instead of 30 FPS. And we're docked, obviously. And this with variable refresh rate should be okay. And this is dynamic res. This plus frame gen, I mean, you can do it. I personally wouldn't, but sure, why not? Personally, I wouldn't use frame gen because I think it feels pretty damn good like this. But yeah. I'm trying to get into the mission, but I keep forgetting that I have the markers Skyrim style. Ally X is better than Steam Deck? Well, yeah, definitely. When it comes to performance, at least.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Have you tried 1080p native low settings? No, I haven't.
Sí, señor Walpole. Entre, por favor. ¿Ese es el hombre?
But here I get the guns.
Sí, Duncan Walpole. Debería haber llegado hace muchos días.
Parece un hombre rudo. Le suponía un aspecto más respetable.
Llévame ese en alta mar. Sé indulgente con él.
Yeah, VRR is variable refresh rates.
Se paseen por nuestra ciudad. No me fío de ellos.
Cállate. El gobernador tiene invitados. Todos franceses e ingleses.
Yeah, play the game, definitely. Yeah, but now I'm going to show you what it looks like with a wattage that is compatible with battery life.
You've got my two best pairs of matched pistols, Duncan, so handle them with care.
If I had 8, I'd treat each as my own son.
It's okay.
I once fought beside a man who carried 9 on his person. They were a boom in battle.
All right. Here's a simple challenge.
It would be nice to have a
Try
mod
strike
that
every
Edward has
target
2
before this
Glocks.
hourglass empties. Remember, hit every target within the allotted time.
Random Spanish dialogue? Yeah, well,
As a good
considering
kid,
what
yes?
part of the world we're in this moment of time, it makes sense.
A good hit. Wonderful. You're a cracked shot, Duncan. As good with a
Cutscenes
pistol as
locked to
with your
30? I
wrist
think
blade,
so.
imagine.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah,
Where did you...
they are. Hidden Blade.
2 blades.
No, they are not in Spain. They are in
Duncan, will you indulge us
in
with
the
a
Caribbean, I think.
demonstration
Yeah,
of your
probably Cuba.
Well,
We must. We put together a training course in anticipation of your arrival.
Yeah, all
Be
that
ashamed to
section
leave here
in
without seeing
Central
you in action.
America.
yes, of course. Well, I mean, if
Would you
there was
consider
time,
this
I would
verified?
gladly,
Yeah, definitely. I would
show
just
you what
change
I
the
know.
default settings to not have ray tracing on.
You see? Situations well suited to your skills.
Have a go. Gosh, that's the spirit.
Is there an option to make cutscenes 60 like Shadows? I haven't checked, but maybe there is an option. Okay, wall corners, hold up.
The advantage of surprise cannot be overstated. Isn't it?
I love that they think that this is impressive. The guys that are watching me do this.
Your aerial skills have a poetic beauty.
Like, oh my god, he jumped on a guy and used a blade in his neck. I always found it very funny.
Is it also possible to deliver a...
Oh good, they didn't remove that. Cool.
Splendid.
Fine work, Walpole.
The assassins have trained you well, Duncan. You chose a perfect time to leave them behind.
At
So hard to
great
do,
risk, I
get
imagine.
45? Yeah, I
Betraying the
mean,
assassins is never good for
it's
one's
hard to
health.
get 45,
Well, neither is drinking liquor, but I am drawn to its dangers.
but the
all
CPU
same.
really helps.
And what is your business here, sir? Are you an associate of the governor's or a pending acquaintance like
Yeah, I
myself?
think 40s makes more sense. You can increase the graphics a bit. But still, this is docked mode.
Anything that may kill a man,
I think it's time to
I'm
do
happy to provide.
portable.
A smuggler of sorts.
So portable would be more
And how
like
is your wife these days, Captain
performance.
Rogers?
In
Is
here,
she,
it drops the
here
wattage significantly.
I
Let me
trust
see
you
how
as well,
low it
but
drops
I
it.
wouldn't know. I've been in Madagascar some 14
To
months
17
hunting
watts.
pirates.
Oof.
It took some work to dislodge the criminals
So
there, but we managed it.
let's do let's keep it the same,
Hope to use these same tactics
but targeting
throughout the
40s.
West Indies.
And how did you deal with their kind?
Very simply,
Perf mode.
most pirates are as ignorant as apes. I merely offered them a choice.
Personally, I don't do
Cause them a
17
return to
watts
England penniless,
just
but free
because of the
men
fact that
would be hanged by the neck until dead.
usually you can keep it. This is for 2.5 hours of battery. If you want a little bit less battery and way more power, 22 watts, you get 2 hours and 5 minutes, something like that, and it should be fine.
Oh. I imagine NASA would be your next target.
Very
So yeah,
astute,
17 watts.
Duncan, indeed.
Best of luck.
Dynamic
with that.
res 40, 900p, low, very low. And this would be kind of like the Steam Deck settings with better textures, higher resolution, obviously, and higher frame rate. And this would be like 2.5 hours of battery, give or take. But we'll see. What's it like with frame gen? It depends on what you're doing.
Grandmaster,
Apologies.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
it is a pleasure.
Okay, skip that.
Convened at last, but you are marked.
Good thing I can skip this now, so I can go ahead and keep my guns. Oh, now I can keep pickpocket everyone. That's hilarious. This part in the original was very funny.
Look up on these images.
Like you steal from freaking everyone.
They tell a very old and important story. For 2 decades now, I have endeavored to locate this observatory, a place rumored to contain a tool of incredible utility and power. It houses a kind of armillary.
Yeah, still 40 for now. Let's get outside. That's the important part. But again, 22 watts in my opinion is the sweet spot.
Whatever their location. Only imagine what it would mean to have such a power.
Don't mind me, just stealing.
With this device, there would be no secrets.
Can I steal
among
from
men,
him? No, he
lies,
doesn't have
no
any money.
trickery.
He's a guard.
Only justice, pure
Just like in
justice.
real life.
This is the observatory's promise, and we must take it for our own.
do we know its whereabouts?
We will soon, for in our custody is the one man who does. A man named Roberts, once called a sage.
It has been 45 years since anyone has seen a true sage. Can you be sure this one is authentic?
We are confident he is.
The assassins will come for him.
Indeed, they all will be. Let us find.
Are you going to get the Steam machine? No.
Governor to
Too expensive. Not worth my money, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Run,
I'd
run,
like to
run.
have a closer
Yeah,
look
we're
at
in the
this
upper
strange
30s.
diagram.
Personally, again, I would... Hold up. This chicken is looking at me weird. So as I was saying, open the store. No, I'm not opening the store. Screw that. So as I was saying, 17 watts, it works, 2.5 hours of battery. But I personally don't think it's the best. I'd rather have 2 hours of battery and better performance. That's why we're having a hard time hitting 40s. Yeah, there is shimmering. It's one sacrifice we have to do. But in here we put it at 22 watts. It gives you a good amount of battery. And you get way better performance. So if you want 40s, it's something like this. Most of the time. I don't know why the audio is so low though. Hey! Surprise! Ooh. You got me good there. Attack! I'm waiting for you. Turbo 25 watts, best for Ally X? No, it's not best.
You'll have to do better
It
than
goes
that.
to 55 watts or 54 watts for 2 seconds, literally, just look at the definition. And then it stays in like the 35 watt range for 2 minutes, and then it drops to 30 watts.
Too slow,
Something like that.
Sugar.
And the Ally goes into 90 degrees, it doesn't make sense. If it was consistently locked to 40 watts, okay, maybe. But it's easier to just lock it to 30 watts on docked. If you're portable, you can do 25. But it's such a small difference in performance to 22 watts that you're just wasting battery. Again, that's my opinion. How you put everything on high? Give me a sec. I'm trying the 40 FPS target. Yeah, it drops below 40 a bit, but I think this is good. Again, this is the Steam Deck settings, to say it in some way. This is what I used on Steam Deck with better textures. But again, this is first impressions, so I'm going to do higher settings, definitely. So let's do it. Let's go higher. So in order to go higher, I'll put it at 1080. Maybe, no, let's keep it at 900p. Let's keep the same, the target frame rate to 30, but with dynamic resolution going to the 60% range, just in case. And then in scalability, for the memes, let's try high. I think it's too much, but let's do it. And let's enable ray tracing too, why not? How are you playing the game early? I got a copy from Ubisoft. I got it a day before, so thanks guys for the support. Otherwise, they wouldn't respond to my emails. But yeah. Yeah, for the memes. With the current settings, it looks really stable even during combat. Yeah. Thank God we have a faster CPU on this device. Oops. Let me check if the settings are correct. 30, dynamic res. High setting with standard ray tracing at medium. And it's going to probably burn to hell, but sure, why not? High is too much? That's okay. For the memes. Yeah, of course, Charlie. But that's okay, nobody owes me a code. Yeah, high is way too much, as you guys can see. It looks great, don't get me wrong, but yeah. A little bit too high. So, to me, what makes the most sense is to put in maybe on a mix of medium and low. Ray tracing, I wouldn't use it personally. Hold up, let me just lower ray tracing. And let's see if it does something. Because RT is super taxing. Yeah, no, still too much. I think RT just... I mean, it's a portable device and we're playing at 22 watts. At 30 watts, it makes sense. At 22, I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Okay, we're ever so close, but not quite. So medium makes more sense. High is just for the memes. 24 FPS like a movie! Yeah, finally. I was waiting for that. So let's put it on medium and lower some stuff. Characters on high, hair strands only on the player. Post effects, meh. particles on medium is fine, water as well. Textures, we can put it on high. Loading distance is fine like this. Geometry as well. Micropolygon is fine. This on low makes more sense to me. Shadows, yeah, low is okay. Clouds, lowest. Fog, lowest. Just for performance reasons. Terrain is fine. This as well. Terrain can be on high, that's fine. And it's a mix of medium and low, basically. If the hertz trends are too much, we're lowering those as well. And no ray tracing. Yeah, I mean medium to low. We're talking about a portable freaking device. Okay, let's see. Yep, there it goes. Maybe I'm a bit crazy, but I might be able to put it on 1080 and drop the resolution a tiny bit further so it matches the screen resolution. But this has pretty good visuals. It's a good balance, I think. Again, if you want 40s, you can go lower, but personally, I think it's fine at 30. Yeah, let's push it a bit further to 1080. So you now match the screen resolution 1:1. And the dynamic res, we can push it a bit lower. 40 with 30 watts? Yeah, of course. I tried that a moment ago. It works pretty well. And the shadows, where are they? I want to check if the shadows included raw distance of them. Shadow. The draw distance and quality. Let's put shadows on medium. Okay, a bit aggressive, but it works. Yeah, I would do 900p. Yep, 900p is good. Okay. So, what settings would I use? 900p, 30 FPS with dynamic res from 25 to 60% resolution. That's the range for the game to drop pixel count when we need it. Again, this 25% is not the usual super pixelated 25%. This 25% is from the entire resolution. Usually these percentages are the percentages of each axis. So it's 1080, 25%, and 1920, 25%. Here it's the entire resolution as a reference. So it's closer to what would be 50% resolution. It's closer to that. And the maximum goes beyond quality upscaling. So it's a good sweet spot to be in. Then no motion blur, personal preference. Ray tracing, no. You can enable it if you want to. Personally, I wouldn't do it. A mix of medium and low with some stuff on high. Maybe hertz trends, you can turn them off. But it's something like this, what I would do. Especially for 22 watts. Which is the 2-hour battery life thing. At 900p. So this is for portable play. With decent visuals. If you don't mind lowering it a bit lower, you can also do unlock frame rates. Hey, Adril Ega, how's it going? Yeah, I think hertz trends don't make a lot of sense now that I'm looking at them. It's a very small part of the screen. I'm just looking for guards now. Reduce to atoms. Oh, I have guns. Boom, headshot. Does it look better on mid-low 900p than 1080p ultra old version? The ultra old version has a different art style, definitely. It's a completely different game, definitely, especially when it comes to combat. But the old game runs way better. Has worse graphics, obviously. Has a good art style, doesn't look bad in my opinion. It's just not the same. But if you play the original, you can max it out. It's okay. It's not a great PC port, the original, but the option is there as well. When it comes to the remaster, I'm pretty impressed on how the Ally X performs. Especially after seeing it on Steam Deck. But I think this is the best balance. Spend the night at the tavern. Sure thing. Now the FPS target, I'm going to unlock it now so you guys can see it, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense to keep it unlocked. Oh, hold up. The resolution is too high. I forgot that I'm on a static resolution now. 60% resolution. No, sorry. I'm an idiot. This was here. Quality XeSS. Because anything below quality there doesn't look great. But again, all up to you. What do you think, Sony getting roasted in their recent post after going into hiding for a week? Expected. Their PR teams know what's up. So yeah, I think this is completely playable. Verified on Steam Deck, I mean, yeah, why not? The thing is, the settings that are there by default are not good. Ray tracing on, I think is stupid.
You? No. Have you any room? I can pay.
What? And have another brawl wreck the place? Out with you!
Your loss.
Your
mate.
loss, mate.
I know where to find some privacy.
Yeah, I mean, if you are Sony's PR team, good luck.
What he can't see won't trouble him.
What am I freaking doing here? Yeah, I can sleep here. Oh. Never mind. No, it's in here. Sure. Nobody will get up here. The amount of characters though drops below 30. But who knows? Yeah, here it drops pretty hard. We'll see. No FSR4 support. As far as I know, it doesn't. Yeah, here on top of the... Looking into the distance is pretty hard for the GPU, actually. Oh, it's because I have dynamic rest disabled. Never mind. It was my mistake. Yeah, dynamic res I think is a good idea. You have to think about the pixel count. Just put it on automatic, custom, from 20 to 40. And one more thing that I forgot. Disable hair strands. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe that's also killing it for us. So yeah, this is 2 hours of battery. But it needs a restart. Marvel Tocon, 132 countries or region locked. Oh yeah, because of the PSN thing. It's Helldivers 2 all over again. House native, below 30. Unless you do like 720p. But again, here, the variation in settings is all up to the user. But I wouldn't do native. I don't think it makes sense. We're talking about a new game on a portable device. You need to make sacrifices. Do you think Sony would shoot itself in the foot award when the awards comes out? The Darwin Awards, yeah, why not? Yeah, it's freaking stupid. But hey. Above 40 with ultra low at 720. You can do... Yeah, you can do that. It's an option. Do dynamic res. And you should be fine. I did it on turbo mode, but here you need an even lower resolution and settings.
Hello.
I don't think it's worth doing that, personally.
Good morning, Duncan. Just over here. Edward!
Oh, that's...
I am to
according we have... Such a fuss over one man. Is the observatory really such a grand prize?
Sí, sin duda. The observatory was a tool.
I'll drink water in the meantime. You have 1,290 games on Steam. Do I have a problem? You're close to my number. I mean, once you get over 1,300, that's when you have a problem. That's the benchmark.
Were you able to carry out this contract before coming here?
I was not, no. Too many complications along the way.
A pity. But the maps you delivered with the vial will see that.
So yeah, stay on those 1290.
That's the idea.
And you'll be fine. Just don't go above 1,300.
I don't like this route, Torres. We're exposed.
Something is wrong. Stay close, Grandmaster.
I feel it too. Do not let them get
It looks good like
on the
this.
stage, at whatever cost.
Assassins. These assassins freaking suck. You have 10 games until I have a... Yeah, 10 games is the limit. So choose the new games wisely. Wait, is this on the Z1 Extreme? Yes, sir. Z1 Extreme. Okay, did I miss an enemy? Okay. Oh, there you go. Reduce 2 items. OC goes so hard. Yep. Oh, flying. The ragdolls are pretty cool. Yeah, it runs pretty well, actually. I'm pretty surprised. Oops. No smoking.
You'll have to be quicker.
Oh, there's a good amount of blood. That's awesome. I missed that in some of the other games. GTA death animation, yeah. Sorry. Another wave. Ooh, I'm almost dead. I keep forgetting I have a health bar. I wonder if I can turn off those indicators for the pairing. Is this game available on Xbox Game Pass? I don't know, I don't think so. Maybe it's on Ubisoft Plus. I'm not sure. How many of them? I destroyed half the Creed in this part. Where are the boat fights? Later on. Sage, come back here.
I'll give you that. Hang back and make this easy on both of us, mate.
So you can play this at 40 to 50 on your Aya Neo 2. I don't know what the specs are for that one. If it's faster than the Ally X, then yeah, sure, why not? No, this is Ally X. Just look at the background. I did Steam Deck before. You can rewind the stream, you'll find it.
Nowhere to run.
Nowhere to run.
Have you ever been flayed, boy? They could never catch me.
Oof. Suplex. No, not a suplex, but still. No chance.
Well done, lapdog.
Wisdom. I do
As I
cobbler. Yes, sir. All that toil for this pittance. Jesus.
Brain. What a brainiac.
Parece un poco peligroso.
Alright, let me get a bit further. And I'm gonna have to go. But again, this is just a research stream, also for recording. I want to get into naval warfare as well. But it shouldn't be harder to do than this part, because the city is way more complex than being in the ocean fighting. There's a lot of explosions and effects on that, but at least we can allocate more resources to the GPU, so we should be good. We'll see.
Edward, what a marvelous surprise! Come, have a drink.
I have to get back to work.
What is the matter with you?
Unfortunately, I'm having too much fun.
God's how's a man? You know what I'm thinking? A man's try. I'll catch you.
Oh, here I have to steal something. Yeah, I remember this part.
Me fair, Torres. Ducasse mentioned a prison. Time to find it. To free the sage, I'll probably need a key.
Anyway, so yeah, I have to go for now. Sorry guys, I have to go back to work, but in the coming days, probably early next week, I'll have a video talking about the Steam Deck and the Ally X separately on this game, showing you the best settings, battery life, all that. But yeah, this research stream has been pretty interesting. I really like what I'm seeing when it comes to performance. Ray tracing on by default I think is stupid. Ubisoft should disable ray tracing by default on Steam Deck, hopefully. Because with custom settings you can get a pretty decent experience, especially on the Ally X. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope I see you soon, and well, yeah, see you next time. Bye guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Oh, so ominous.